Question for you. What are you not getting in your relationships? I'm pretty sure you probably have an answer right off the top of your head, right? What are you not getting? You feel like you're not getting enough love, you're not getting enough attention, you're not getting enough respect, you're not getting enough what? What is it? Okay, now that you know, now that you've thought of that thing, it's right there. I'm going to tell you something. Are you giving, truly giving in your relationships what it is that you want to get? That thing that you say that you want, that love, that attention, that affection, that respect, that communication, whatever it is, that open heart, that name the things, right? Are you actually giving what you want to get? And I don't mean like waiting for the other person to give you some of that you want to get before you actually give it. Are you showing up, and are you exemplifying, and are you living from, and are you acting from those very qualities, those very things that you want to be receiving from other people? Because I promise you, it all starts with you. You cannot expect to get these things from somebody else if you are not only willing to show up and give yourself in this way, but that you actually are actively being the person you want other people to be for you. You show people how you want to be treated through the way that you show up and you treat them. And if you are showing up just sort of like with your heart sort of half open, and you're half giving and you're half loving because you're just, I'll meet them halfway, I'll show up halfway, that doesn't count. That's not the same thing. And if you're showing up with the conditions of, okay, I'll do this a little bit, and if they don't respond, then I'm going to back off and not do it, that doesn't count either. Unless you are willing to make your entire way of life, your entire way of being, to be the person that you yourself want other people to be, then you've basically forfeited any rights that you feel you have to blaming, excuse making, or whatever it is that's going on in your head where you have made yourself the victim. Until you are actually fully embodying and exemplifying that which you want in your relationships, you have no excuses anymore. You can't blame anybody for not giving you what you want. So, there's a whole lot I could say about how to start being who it is you want other people to be. But the simplest thing is to start right now in this moment. You have a choice in every moment about how you show up and who you choose to be and how you choose to be. Who you are is flexible. And when you are only showing up with half of an open heart, you're only going to get half an open heart from other people. And if you're waiting for everyone else to meet you halfway, they're only going to show up halfway. And if you want people to show up all the way, you got to show up all the way, right? So, write down your list. Make your list of things and decide today who you are and how you want to be. And if you're not willing to be that, that's fine. And that also means it's fine that no one else is going to meet you in that, right? All right, I hope that gives you a little something to think about today. It's definitely something I think about on a regular basis. Practicing keeping the heart open, showing up fully, unconditional love, unconditional care. Oh, here we go. Monica, what if you're tired of pouring into a void? Very good question. Thank you for that, Monica. Then you might want to examine who you're in relationship with. Because when we show up fully and all the way, and we come all the way into that relationship and show up as ourselves and we exemplify that, and we're with another person who doesn't meet us in that, now we know this is not about us, right? Now we know that whatever's going on with that other person, nothing to do with us. You cannot save them. You cannot fill them. You cannot complete them. You cannot make anybody show up for you. But you have to know that you yourself are showing up fully, that you yourself are coming with your full heart and your full being in that unconditional love, so that when they don't, you can see clearly that this isn't because you've withheld. This isn't because you held back. And I know that can be really hard because we don't always want to admit to ourselves or look at the relationship and admit that this isn't working for us. But one of the ways we get to that point is we show up fully the way we want to see the other person show up. It gives them the invitation to do the same. If they don't, stop pouring into that void, for sure. For sure, stop pouring into it. Don't do that. And then that's where boundaries come in. That's where self-love comes in. That's where, self-respect and honoring yourself. And again, when you show up with an open heart, it doesn't mean fixing, it doesn't mean saving, it doesn't mean expecting anything from the other person. So if you're expecting something and you're not getting it, that's also worth examining too. So I hope you find that helpful. That's a really, really good question. Let me know if I didn't answer that question. And if you want me to talk about this more specifically, I can do a whole nother video on that. So maybe Monica, let me know. And if anyone else has anything specific they want addressed here, because this is a really big topic and we can get into like so many little details and nuances of what it means to show up in relationship fully with our hearts, even though most of us have been like totally demolished in that area on some level emotionally. So anyway, loving you, sending you all the love today. Keep showing up. Keep your heart open, okay? Stay with yourself.